Hi, welcome. In this video, I just want to take a couple minutes to respond by way of this video that is on Kevin, the Anti-Dog Trainer's channel. And again, just questioning how he approached a certain situation, a very questionable and, in terms of posting this video, by way of a client. Again, he's here, he's taking on a board and train with a pit bull. Pit bull has some issues by way of the use of the prong collar. But here he called animal control to come into his, home with a dog that he currently had from a client, and posted this up on social media. And to me, just this is very I would say not appropriate, okay, in dealing with this situation this way. And so here, I just want to play some of this because this is animal control. You can tell she's even questioning why she's there. You can tell by how she's talking to Kevin in terms of how he's, carrying on about this situation. But the question is, why wouldn't you work this out with your client directly? Because this seems like a situation that, and then I question, why would you put it up like this, like calling out the dog owner this way? It seems like a situation that could definitely be handled directly between himself and the client.
Forest Park,
okay.
yes.
I'm not sure if they have animal control. That might be Cook County Animal Control. So the dog, honestly, it looks pretty well taken care of to me. She could just not be, she probably doesn't realize that the collar is getting too small as the dog's growing.
Okay.
Pit bulls, they're common for skin allergies. I have one at home. She has to be on Apoquel her whole life just because pit bulls, they have a lot of skin issues. But overall, the dog looks pretty healthy. What I would do is I would just, as someone like you who knows what to do with dogs, I would just educate her on.
So animal control is basically telling Kevin what he should have done in the first place, okay? But he called her in here, and so the animal control say you should educate her. And so the question is, and this is about Kevin here, about how, again, this is about social media, how he's dealing with the situation, but to post something up on and publicly for this, it really is questionable as to what his motives are to do it in the first place. Because you can hear the animal control per se, well, just educate her. Like, why is he calling animal control in? And not just that, but actually putting this up on, this way. And this goes into the heart of, I guess, people put stuff on social media, just kind of willy-nilly. But again, to me, I think this, my opinion is very inappropriate dealing with this way.
And that's what needs to be done with his collar. Like, he should keep a prong collar on 24/7.
Absolutely.
He seems pretty well behaved, so I'm not sure if it's because of you socializing him.
It's not so much his behavior. It's like I said, it's more his state of mind when, like, he has serious anxiety problems.
Okay.
Like, if I put him in the cage and then walked out the door, freaks out.
Really? Okay.
He wants to follow you around the house. These are issues that, so someone who works with dogs, they can build up to problems in the future, especially with pit bulls.
Exactly.
You know how.
Yeah.
But you can tell she's like, she's in a roundabout way, like why am I here? This is a dog that you took on from a client, and this type of issue is something that can be dealt with directly, like with the client.
I know. I have 2 shepherds and I have a pit bull at home, so I totally understand how the anxiety is and things like that. What I would recommend is how long do you have him for this time?
She just got back in town. She's supposed to get him tonight.
Okay. What I would recommend is when she gets here, kind of educate her on the prong collar if she does plan on using that.
See, this is so ridiculous. And again, if you're dealing with a trainer and there's an issue comes along like this type of issue, would you want animal control called into the trainer's home with your dog, something to be dealt with directly with the owner, and then have this thrown up on the internet?
seen you walking him, and he's walking very well without a
He walks well with me,
Yeah,
right? And I took video for her, and I already told her because she texted me. I said, hey, we need to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't seem like he needs a prong collar on, at least how I see him.
No, yeah,
he
he does very well without it.
But yeah, I would educate her on the prong collar, and then
So you just like educate her. I mean, this is so again. I saw this on his channel, but again, the whole thing is like, if I took a dog to a trainer and I had, it was just maybe a lack of understanding or awareness or whatever, because this animal control is like educate her, just talk to her, like basically saying, well, like, and again, like, why is she there? Why are you putting this up on the internet this way? Is it to virtue signal? Like, what is this? It's very, very bizarre. Thanks for watching.